Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to the Disney Plus project. So it's going to be a little bit different this week because I really didn't get a chance to actually watch anything on my own. So I'm going to do something a little bit different, which I'll kind of get into. So, but before I do that, if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you enjoy the video, make sure you give us a like and a comment and let us know how we're doing. And so what I'm going to talk about this week is I'm going to talk about some of the shows that we had Aodhan watching for a long time. Some of the Disney Junior shows and kind of my thoughts on those. So we've had Aodhan watching Disney Junior, I mean, pretty much since he was born. I mean, we didn't have him watching too much within the first, couple of months, but once he started actually sitting up and paying attention to things at, a few months old, we started having Disney Junior playing just kind of in the background. And the shows that are on there are absolutely great. And so I kind of wanted to just kind of mention a few of them and kind of some of the things I liked about them. So by far and above, my favorite Disney Junior show that Aodhan watches and that he actually really likes is Vampirina. I absolutely love Vampirina. Now, if those of you who don't know, Vampirina is a show about this little vampire. Her name is Vampirina. Her and her parents, Boris and Oksana, I think are their names, they move from Transylvania to Pennsylvania. And so the show is about Vampirina trying to get along in the human world. She's trying to make friends. At first trying to make friends without letting them know she's a vampire. But it's about her trying to fit in. And because the human stuff that they do versus the Transylvania stuff, the monster stuff that they do, there's a big difference in there. And so the show is really about her fitting in. And her two friends, Poppy and Bridget, that end up, they know that she's a vampire after they both find out within the first couple episodes. But it's about them helping her try to fit in, trying to do things the human way, or finding just her own way to do it. And that's what every episode is that they're trying to they end up finding her own way to do it. And it's just a really cool, it's just a really cool show for kids that shows that no matter how different you are, you will still fit in somewhere. And you can still get along with everybody, even if you are that different. And so it's just really, and I think for me, because when I was younger, I really didn't fit in anywhere. And so it kind of hit home for me as well. And so I really like Vampirina. So when we went to Disney World in last April, and we met Vampirina for the first time, I was really excited. Aodhan was pretty excited too, but I was really excited because I just absolutely love Vampirina. The other one that he really likes is Fancy Nancy. Fancy Nancy is based on the Nancy Clancy little kids books. And it's also a lot of fun. And it's also one that's really good because it's a Disney Junior show. So the intention of Disney Junior shows is to teach lessons, is to teach kind of life lessons. And Fancy Nancy, much like Vampirina, also does it in a really, really good way. A lot of it is Nancy kind of getting herself into a little bit of trouble. She's sometimes doing things that she shouldn't. I think one of the first ones, she ends up using a teapot that she wasn't supposed to use because it was an antique one that her mom had been passed down from her mother and then her grandmother and stuff like that. And so she wasn't supposed to use it, but she really wanted to use it. And so she waited until mom and dad weren't paying attention, and then she used it anyway. And then her hand ended up getting stuck in it. And then when they finally got her hand out, they ended up breaking the teapot and then tried to glue it back together, thinking that nobody would notice. It was very noticeable. But then her finally coming to the realization that she needed to tell her parents. And that's the kind of thing that happens. There's some of them that's one of them is she's supposed to do a ballet dance with her friend Bree, but they have conflicting things of one of them wants to do one thing and then one of them wants to do another. And so they end up disagreeing so much, and Nancy is so overbearing about wanting to do it her way that Bree doesn't want to do it with her anymore. And then through the next few minutes of the show, of the episode, Nancy comes to realize, I shouldn't have done that. I should let my friend do what she wants to do. I shouldn't be forcing her to do it the way that I want to do it. And so it teaches really good lessons. The same with all Disney Junior shows. So that's kind of my second favorite of the shows that he watches. The other shows that he watches that I also like, he likes the PJ Masks, which is really good. It wasn't originally a Disney Junior. I don't remember who made it originally, but it's now a Disney Junior. But PJ Masks is really fun. He also watched Mickey and the Roadster Racers, which I actually really enjoy. It's just kind of a fun take on Mickey Mouse. It's now changed to, I can't remember the name of it now, but they've changed it up. It's still essentially Mickey and the Roadster Racers, but they changed it up. And then Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. That's another really good one. And that one, Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, is really good for younger kids because it's kind of like a little Sesame Street feel to it. They're like, oh, this sheep. I think the first episode's about them trying to find the sheep. And you're like, oh, the sheep, I think the sheep's behind one of the bushes. And, what's the shape of that bush? Is it behind this bush? And you have to figure out, oh, it's a square. Is it behind the square bush? No, it's not behind the square. Like, it's teaching, like, shapes and colors and stuff like that. And so it's kind of a Sesame Street thing. And it's been really good for him. And so just overall, I really like the way that they do most of the Disney Junior shows. There's some that I don't like as much. Gigantosaurus, I don't really like as much. It's kind of entertaining. A little bit entertaining. But it's not my favorite. Tots, the Tiny Ones Transport Service, that one is really, really cute. It does teach some life lessons in it, but for me, it's just mostly just really, really adorable. And the music in it is just absolutely spot on. I love the music in that show. I think those are the only Disney Junior shows that I can think of that Aiden actually watches. And Tots and Gigantosaurus, he never really fully watched. Anna and I mostly watched those when he was younger. But the rest of them, he does enjoy watching. Fancy Nancy and Vampirina specifically. Those are ones that he actually picks out on Disney Plus. He points at, and PJ Masks. So yeah, those are some of Aiden's favorite Disney Junior shows and some of my favorite Disney Junior shows. So like I said, overall, Disney Junior is just a really good resource, especially if you want your kids to be watching shows that are going to teach them either like things like in Sesame Street or Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, that's going to teach them shapes and colors and that type of thing. Or if you want a show that's going to teach them some kind of life lessons and things like that, they have something for that. And it's done in a way that's just more relatable for the younger kids. I really think that's the big part of it. It's super relatable for a lot of them. So, but yeah, so next week I will hopefully actually sit down and watch something else. Since it's still probably just going to be me next week, I will hopefully actually sit down and watch something new. I'm thinking about doing something from the National Geographic side because we don't really get to watch that much, and I actually enjoy those. So, but we'll have to see how it goes. But anyway, thank you all for joining me this week. I hope to see you all again next week. And as always, don't forget to thank the Phoenicians.